Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Partner Alliance Collective conversations around best practices, or let's call it better practices for your Partner Alliance's work. I'm here with Kai Wille, and this is Martina Chavarria from the Partner Alliances Collective. This is our first video cast, podcast. We don't know what to call it yet. And we are going to have conversations and share with you some insights around our expertise and our years in Partner Alliance's work. We're going to start off by sharing with you a simple 5-step process and just basically jump into the conversation. This is our 5 steps to Partner Alliance's success. These are just 5 steps, and we will over time drill down into each one of these, getting Kai's experience and expertise around channel alliances in the tech industry. The first one, align and prepare, basically is aligning the strategic or the strategy of your partner alliances and your partner alliances strategy with your corporate strategy. Many steps there we'll go through over time. Second step, invite and commit. That is inviting your partner into something, into building a partner alliances. The steps and the tools and the approaches that are required to arrive at a state of commitment with that partner so that you can build your partner alliance and your structure, create and consolidate. What's that partner alliance going to look like? What's the business plan behind it? What are the key elements to consolidate a contract and an agreement? Finally, negotiating that agreement in step 4 and launching that agreement or that relationship. And then sustaining and deepening that relationship and establishing and getting your partner alliances to hit its QBRs. So I'm going to stop the share and just start connecting with Kai. Kai, just, this is our first one. So share a little bit about yourself, and let's talk about the first step, align and prepare.
Yeah, Kai Wille, glad to be here, excited about it. I've been in channel and alliances and OEM sales for software technologies for the past 20 odd years, and look forward to exploring some of these topics with you, Martine, and let's get going.
Yeah, great. So we are going to speak to aligning the partner alliances strategy to your corporate strategy. And when you think about that, Kai, what are the key pieces? What are the experiences that you've seen? What have you seen people do correctly or incorrectly as they try to map this out and prepare themselves to really engage with their partners?
It's an interesting thing to see how different organizations approach partnering. Quite often, they sort of stumble into partnerships without a whole lot of a plan. They inherit partners from acquisitions, and quite often they're just thinking, these companies seem to be in our industry, so they should be our partners, or they sell a competitive product, so they should be our partners. But there's not really a plan to, exactly what kind of partnership is the right decision for your organization, or a plan for, internally, how do you prepare to actually partner effectively?
Yeah, I can definitely see, depending on the size of your organization, having a sales team and then a partner alliances team, and then everybody sort of going after the same companies, thinking that, okay, we're all just going to go and partner and sell. But what is the thing that you've seen in terms of how do you build that alignment when we think of the strategy? What have you experienced?
Yeah, I think the first thing is to sort of kind of start with the fundamentals of what is the problem that you actually solve for an end user, and really understanding, what's the profile of the ideal end user that actually wants to solve that problem. What industry are they in? What size should they be? And once you understand that well, then you can start looking at, okay, is there a segment of customers where we do just fine with our direct sales force? But then also, is there a segment of customers that could be in a vertical market or a geographic territory where in fact you yourself couldn't reach that segment of customers very well on your own? And so therefore partnering might make sense. And now it's a question of, okay, but what's the right kind of partnership approach here? And why would these partners partner with you?
Yeah, yeah. I love the idea of the fundamentals, which is, okay, this is our product set. This is what we are bringing into the market space. And then thinking almost with the end in mind, what is the end user profile? And of those end users, which you're, or let's call them verticals, end user verticals. So you're mapping end user verticals, maybe something like healthcare, financial services, retail, travel, and entertainment, whatever the product set is. And then if have you, what have you noticed when they do that mapping? Let's say they do the mapping and they look at what other steps do partner alliances managers should they keep in mind in this align and prepare phase?
I think it's really a question of really exploring why a partnership is strategic to the partner. We tend to show up with the I have feature, 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 discount, 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 margin, 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 buy my product, resell my product or promote my product, and without any real thought to, but why would the partner do that? What would make it strategically important to them to be your partner? Would it allow them to close more deals? Would it elevate their business overall? That fundamental thinking that usually you hear this in acquisitions, right? 1 + 1 should equal 3 or 5. Well, we should think of that with every partner conversation that we have. Is our partner should see that when they partner with us, then 1 + 1 equals 3 or 5. And that ultimately means that we need to show them and show up with a vision of how they will elevate their business. And that elevation could be winning more deals, getting access to more customers, getting access to new territories or vertical markets, or being able to sell more services. There's lots of different ways that a partnership could elevate the partner's business overall. And that's what we need to look for and really try to make sure that we clearly articulate that the value is that elevation of the partner's business. The value is not the discount and margin that we offer. We can do so much better.
I love that. I love that element around understanding. Does it get more customers? Does it amplify the service? Does your product also provide some differentiation to other services or other companies that perhaps your partners are competing with? So your product actually makes them more competitive. So then you're really, really choosing between what's a strategic partner versus just go to market. Well, how does it become a strategic partner versus just a channel partner? That's some of the thoughts that come up for me as well. And when you're thinking about structuring the strategy around your go-to-market.
Yeah, I would venture to say that even what you just said, just a channel partner, even our channel partners, we should approach from that vision of how could that channel partner elevate their business overall. Usually that means, these partners are selling multiple offerings and they're offering and services and so on. How could they combine what they're already selling to other customers with what they're selling with you? And so we even channel partners, we should approach from the vision of how 1 + 1 equals 3, because otherwise we're just askew on their prices that they will ignore.
And then, so that's it. Thank you for mentioning that crack in the thinking, which is how do you then work through or distinguish with like different levels of partners? What is there such a thing as just a channel partner, or will you really look at them the same? What's been your experience in trying to segment that approach once you've decided on the verticals, let's say?
Yeah, well, I think there's partner types, right? There's partners that are just going to resell your offering, but there's partners that might somehow create an integration or combine offerings to create a that combined offering then has greater value than the parts by themselves. There could also be partners that are more focused on services, and in fact, they couldn't care less about selling your product, but they love the services they could generate in implementing, or since I'm a software guy, I'm always thinking about how professional services could be sold around it. And so we really have to think about what kind of partners would help benefit our organization. Where do we have gaps on our own? But we have to make sure we don't forget that what is really the value to the partner based on what their core business is, right? Asking a services focused organization to start reselling, it's just not going to work.
I love that. That's awesome. And I also was thinking around, really attuning to, or being able to manage your partners over time, because you may have a partner that you said, okay, we started the conversation, we were able to discern what the value is, and man, that thing is taking off. So we're going to elevate that relationship. We're going to put more time into that relationship and take it to the next stage in terms of, looking at all of your partners. Does that ring true for you? That kind of emerging opportunities that you start to see with your partners?
Yeah, I think it's really important to keep a finger on the pulse with each of your partner relationships to kind of understand where is their business going. And, as partnerships grow, why are you experiencing that growth? And I'm really having very open conversations about what's working for them about the partnership and what's not working, because you might learn something. There's always such great opportunity to learn from your partners on what the strategic value is to them for partnering, because the more you learn there, that's going to help you with all your other partners too, to elevate the business overall, and ultimately really focus on the partners that can really deliver the most value to you, and therefore also kind of looking at which partners you need to phase out because they're just taking your time and they're just not delivering enough value.
That is exactly what I was thinking, just as one final piece to this short conversation, which is you have to, as a company that's implementing a partner alliance strategy, you have to be really good at figuring out where is the sweet spot in terms of the number of partners you can manage, and you can actually take through. So even recently I was, you and I were talking to one of the people that we're coaching, one of the companies that we're coaching, and they had, how many was it, like 50 or 60 partners?
50 partners, none of them sold anything.
And we said, look, you only need 5. Just get 5 partners, build that relationship, figure out what works, notice those elements in where we understand their end users, but walk them through so that you're both being productive and successful.
Yeah. This is not a quantity game, it's a quality game. And so I think that's where so many of us get it wrong, right? Let me just email 10,000 people about these wonderful products that we're offering, when, 5 would be a much better number.
Yeah. I love that. So let's end our conversation on that note. The things to take away on align and prepare. Figure out the fundamentals. That's one, right? Figure out the fundamentals. What's number 2?
As you figure out those fundamentals, try to make sure you have alignment within your organization around those fundamentals on what gaps are you really trying to fill with your own organization versus where our partners are, really going to be the right choice for you.
And which vertical you will access through a partner alliances strategy, and which vertical you will do in a sales strategy, because some verticals are better for the sales team. It's in your wheelhouse. Partner alliances are extensions. And of course, as we said, number 3, it's a quality game, not a quantity game.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So give us a like, give us a comment on what did you like about what did you not like, and let us know what other topics you'd like us to cover here. And we'd love your feedback.
Exactly. Let us know what you think. We want to learn too and optimize and share our knowledge with all of you. So till the next time, thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.